Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment below. Let's go ahead and take a look here at SUI. And as we see, pretty straightforward. We lost our point of control there at 222. We didn't get that pivot or bounce off that lower descending trend and effectively broke lower. So there's a decent chance we may see this fair value gap and or that lower $2 range retested, just based on that being a support range. And if I recall correctly, there's a liquidation down there too. We're going to double check that. Either way, I appreciate you, being who you are, and thank you so much for watching my channel. And to those who've been supporting me for a long time, thank you again for that. It's really awesome. We've got a lot of new subscribers on board and some new members as well for our premium group here yesterday. So quick congrats on that. Thank you again so much for the wonderful feedback. So 210 to roughly $2. That's that concentration liquidation I've been talking about. So even though I'm not one to want to short this coin because I think it's inherently more risky, there is definitely a chunk of liquidation to the downside here that is closer to that $2 proximity. Now, from a macro perspective, it's not a massive amount. It's maybe about $1 billion between here and 207, another extra 1 billion down as low as about 198. So just know 198 to $2 is kind of working like a magnet right now, pulling the price action down, just because manipulation and profits need to be taken. This coin surged fairly well in the recent past, and it's pulling back. I think Bitcoin's going to continue to retrace, and I'm confident this coin will too. I'll show more so on the charts what I mean by that. But Bitcoin is showing a bearish type of pattern here, breaking down from that structure, and I think there's a likelihood of further downside. We also see liquidation delta has shifted bearish. Big surprise. This is pretty common here, where you don't want to try to take a long into this. Generally speaking, it's bad to kind of buy these dips. Unless Bitcoin just magically recovers to 87,000, I really don't think we're going to see this coin recover, because look how poorly it did when Bitcoin ramped up. That's just a terrible, terrible price action here. So I would recommend, of course, setting some limit orders, making sure just in case we come down to get filled on those. We see open interest is pretty sparse. There's not a lot of open interest below the price action, basically implying everyone who's bought 220 to 240 is underwater right now. Big surprise. So sorry if I'm being sarcastic, but that's just kind of how it goes right now with some coins. This coin in particular is showing a lot of weakness. Hasn't broken below its descending trend line yet. Broken above rather. We need to be above the 50-day SMA, like I've mentioned time and time again, to make sure we're on the right side of tracks. We're not, okay? And we are also tentatively above the point of control here locally, about 227. So that's why I mentioned if we lose that level, we're more likely to see the price action continue lower, because that's just that area of liquidity. There's a lot of people exiting or entering their position there, and now a lot of folks are underwater. We see the price come back up. That'll need to be treated like a resistance now. So 230 is the new resistance, just to make it really simple for you. But the daily time frame is terrible. Most altcoins are looking pretty decent, but right now we're looking pretty bad here for SUI. Simple way to understand it is we're on a bearish type of divergence until we break this descending channel. There's no reason to consider it will discontinue. So as you can kind of see, we're working ourselves into a descending channel. Keep in mind, this is commonly referred to as a bull flag pattern, where the price action comes up, works its way into a descending channel, and bounces off its 0.618, 0.5 fib levels. So we could actually draw out some new fib levels here and kind of get perspective on what that might look like. Just keep in mind, that's not set in stone, and the fact that Bitcoin is pulling back leads me to believe that we're more likely to see the price action continue lower for this coin. And as we can see, there is actually a lot of confluence here with this local retracement. 0.618 is right there at 198, and that is essentially that support range on average, but also that's right where we have that lowest area of liquidation. So we got a lot of liquidation in this area here. So me personally thinking and believing that Bitcoin is going to come down to like the 83K range. We actually have a short position open at 85,000. I really think that we're going to see a very similar structure here for SUI. So that's just kind of where it's at. Yes, it sucks. And yes, it's the way it goes, but it's just, you got to kind of get used to it, folks. Unfortunately, right now, until all this tariff stuff comes out and things start recovering for the market, we're going to see coins like this getting targeted. So Solana's the same way. It's getting held down pretty hard. So it'll find its time in the sunshine eventually soon. But for right now, there's every single reason not to take a long position. We can see a lot of divergences here. So if you're going to consider a long, here are the areas to consider. 210 as a rough estimate, or maybe say 207 more specifically. That's a local high that was retested as a new low. And then we also have, of course, 198 as a secondary. So those are the two areas I would say are good DCA targets: 207, 198. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at there. Not much else to really note. There's nothing else that's super awesome here, folks. It's just kind of the market right now. I hope you learned something today. Thanks so much again for watching. Don't forget to join us on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. And also be sure to take advantage of Bitunix's exclusive offer or this campaign that's available for another few days here. If you're part of my community, you have access to this. If you're new, use the link to register. You'll be available for all future benefits, promos, whatever they offer. They offer very frequently. They're a good exchange to our community. Thank you again. Hope you have a good one. Thanks again, folks. We'll see you again soon. Take care.